have canvases hand-painted that represent the creative aesthetic of a new colour line. That's a risk, but it was a risk that we all felt was worth taking. I'm Tom Connell, and we're here at the Present Time campaign shoot. My role within Davines is to translate the amazing creative concepts I received from a lady called Maria Vittoria, who's the creative director. The concept was designed around taking a moment in the present time and giving, with each nuance of this colour line, something for our hairdressers to digest. That in the time that you take that box and you open it and you mix your colour, there's something there on that box for you to digest and to think about, maybe talk about with your client. All of those things got me thinking of how I could translate this into a photographic campaign. I started to mood board a lot of gallery installations, art installations. Felt like it had a very clear kinship with the aesthetic of the colour line. All of those things came together, so I decided to commission an artist to paint a series of canvases. We hired a gallery here in Modena, and we've created our own installation, and we've moved around the gallery following the natural light. And all of these things come together, and you see the image come in, and you're like, it did work. It worked after all. Just like that, like so rich colour. Then you can breathe a sigh of relief and go, okay, this is going to work. Now it's on me to make sure the hair's great. We can do this. In the present time, there are 60 nuances, and we have 6 looks representing those. We have tarnished olive, a clean, structured haircut with soft, disconnected tendrils, with panels of colour that progress from deep, cold wood brunette through the back, travelling up as we arrive at the top of the head into this cooler, smoky, lighter brown, finally arriving at the front hairline with our tarnished olive. Yeah, this is great, John. Such a beautiful, delicate tone where we're just on the right side of green, and I think tarnished olive is something that we're going to be pushing and progressing for a long time to come. Yeah, you nailed everything. Next up, we have the look I would call in holiday in reverse. That beautiful idea of going on holiday and you get those lighter ends to your hair, we reversed it. We had a very clean, natural platinum blonde, but then we started to fuse deeper, darker champagne and lilac blonde tones through the ends, so that the hair actually deepens as it arrives towards the perimeter rather than lightening. The tone of the demi in the fringe there is really nice. Next up, we have the look called Every Other Colour. And the reason it's called that is because we have one deep, dark tan copper through the root, but then we're reversing the colour every step. One section, it's light going into dark. The next section, it's dark going into light, and so on and so forth until every other colour comes through the head. When I began experimenting with the present time, the thing that I loved about it is that it doesn't fade, it evolves. You will see as we've shampooed the hair over the course of this long process with this model, 3 shampoos, 6 shampoos, 9 shampoos, 12 shampoos, you can clearly see how this colour evolves, and even after the 12th shampoo, this demi-permanent colour has clearly changed from the Celtic rich copper that it had right at the beginning, but it's evolved into this beautiful peach, darker blonde. Then next up we have our specialities, our living palette. We have a series of specialities launching within the present time. We have red, we have blue, we have yellow, we have violet, we have green. I've chosen to take a palette of primary colours, and having a model with beautiful waist-length hair, centre parting, styled wet, we've put these panels of colours. I wanted this image to look like a living palette, a living shade chart, and these colours can be intermixed to intensify any tone within the present time. I love these ones. This is really nice. The success, in my opinion, of the campaign is that the whole Davines community can look at it and have a connection with it. And to do that, the casting needs to represent all the different parts of the world that we're in. It's about the faces, it's about the character. We want to really capture the person as we take these portraits. It's a long process. It's 4, 5, 6 months in some cases to arrive at this shoot week. So there's a lot riding on it, and there's a lot of people. It's not just me sitting here.
What we wanted to do is to show wearable but also very fashionable hair colors.
Of course, the focus for this shoot was on the hair. We tried to keep the skin quite glowy.
We're creating lifestyle images. I want people to be as excited about the makeup and the dress as they are about the hair, because it just adds an atmosphere of taste around the brand. I can't take my foot off the gas yet. We have 2 more shots to get. Next up we have offset blonde. And this is symmetry versus balance. What you will notice with this image, it starts in a central parting, but that central parting moves off in a diagonal. This is done to account for the fact that on one side we have a single piece of blonde and a shorter shape framing the face. With this image, where you take, you have to give. So at the front, where we have the single piece of blonde in the shorter shape, at the back, in the almost diagonally opposite, we have the parting that arrives to allow more hair on this side. And as we flow around this side, we have another flash of blonde that begins just below the cheekbone, flowing through to the ends. Everything works to make one of the most beautiful commercial images that I've ever created, in my opinion. And then we have a beautiful red look, taking inspiration from the tarnished olive fade from the deeper cold wood into the lighter green. We decided to do that on a red palette, showing the synergy between mask, showing the synergy between demi, the development times of how they're so complementary in the salon. We started with this deep, rich, dark red through the bottom that gradually fades lighter and lighter until we arrive at mask through the front hairline in this vibrant panel. Then this haircut was sculpted, wanting to create a very, very graphic shape, but also to show that a graphic shape, while it can be sharp and clean and directional, when you start to lighten it, when you get your hands in and you start to apply product, then we really play with the more inside styling range and start to pull the hair out, you get much more life and much more wearability from that look. Va bene. Each technique has what I always think any good service should have: nostalgia and newness in equal balance. A client sitting in your chair needs to think, I can wear this, but there's a freshness to it. I've seen it before, but it feels new. So whether it's bold, innovative colors, or whether it's soft details of commercial highlights that you want to add to your clients, you're going to have something in the present time campaign. I think you're going to really enjoy getting your hands on your canvases, your clients in your chair, and making some beautiful art.